Welcome back to Goldwynn Dinner Club. I'm Grif.
I'm Parker.
And this is Super Metroid.
And let me tell you, it is quite super. Look at those clouds, dude. Oh, X-ray. There it is. Look at her go.
This is her job. Grace. This is like her job. She's at work right now. Do you think Samus like clocks in or like keeps track of her hours?
Yeah, I think it's exactly the same as and I wish they would do it, but I love the ending of Star Fox 64 where everything is so dramatic and then there's this beautiful like John Williams style procession. The names just soaring past the screen. They're walking through. It's sunset. It's majestic. And then hard cut to the bill. It's just like, you owe us. And then it calculates money based on the score that you got. And it's like signed by Fox McCloud as the head of this mercenary company. And it's like, oh yeah, that's right. They're mercenaries. And he's like, yeah, here's your bill. And I'm like, oh, I love that so much. He's like, yeah, I didn't do this for my health. And like, but didn't you have a magical journey where you reconnected with maybe the ghost of your father from some other dimension? I don't care about that. You owe me 500,000 space credits right now. I think it's if I had to guess, it's probably Falco who gets them on that immediately. Yeah. Wow, what an adventure. Yeah, I want to get paid. Right friggin' now, you know what I'm talking about. You don't need to get paid, you just need a good kick in the butt. Hey, say that to me one more time. See what happens. I'm sorry. Peppy just slinks away. I'm signing the papers right now, Falco. Yeah, see that you do. Slippy, Smokes, let's go. That's the dynamic. What a fun time. That to me is the most easily... Un guacabulekapo Star Fox. Un quikalapekalapopo Dinosaur Planet.
Yeah, I love how Dinosaur Planet is not translated. It's like they just call it Dinosaur Planet in English.
Kapukalapeka Super Nintendo.
Kazawa Palace. That like a pterodactyl guy.
Awful. Please don't ever remind me of that ever again in our life.
Well, when that game came out, GameCube was new, and there weren't a lot of games on GameCube yet. So I was like,
are you gonna tell these people what you thought when you played your first?
I had never played Zelda before. I missed out on Ocarina of Time, and so when Wind Waker got announced for GameCube, I obviously like pre-ordered it at Best Buy, and when I pre-ordered it, they gave me a copy of Ocarina of Time on the GameCube, and I was like, okay, I'll play this. And I played Ocarina of Time, like, oh my god, they ripped off Star Fox Adventures. It's the exact same gameplay as Star Fox Adventures.
Oh my god.
I literally had played Star Fox Adventures like 3 times before I ever played a Zelda game. I mean, like going back and playing Star Fox Adventures.
I get it, but I'm trying to imagine that, and I'm like, I could totally see how that could happen and what your feelings would be, but it's like someone saying, you know,
I mean, I like Zelda.
I don't even know what to compare that to. It's like someone saying they only ate bologna sandwiches because they'd never heard of ham. You know what I mean? I like
Zelda. I like Zelda more right out of the gate, like for sure, because there was just like so much more going on. Like Ocarina of Time was just such a magical game, even getting into it like 10 years late. But I still like Star Fox Adventures. Like I know a lot of people like sort of rag on that game because it's like, I guess like too easy and like also just like nothing to do with Star Fox and introduce like a bunch of ideas that just are really out of the direction. Yeah. But I like that game a lot. It had a really good soundtrack, had a really good mood.
I don't really have a desire to smack talk it at all. I just remember playing it and just kind of forgetting it.
Yeah.
That was really it for me. I was actually looking forward to it because my thought was, man, I love Star Fox. I love these guys. I'm not really big on shooty shoot spacey ships games.
Yeah.
Not into it. They get out in this one. Cool.
It wasn't supposed to be Star Fox either.
No, I know. It was this whole other thing called Dinosaur Planet. But like, I was like, cool. They get out of the ship, and then I played it, and I'm like, maybe they stay in the ship. Yeah. I do want to real quick. Not that anyone will listen to it or that it'll matter. I do still think that the best format for Star Fox, and I know they've been trying to crack this for a long time, but I'm telling you, if there's anyone remotely out there listening, listen to me. This is the appeal of the franchise and what you should do with it. Star Fox
Adventures.
It's not that. Star Fox is about your characters and how they interact. I know people have strong opinions about Star Fox Command, and you can say whatever you want about it, but the thing that game got right was having 20 insane like endings where anything could happen based on the weird paths you took. And I think I enjoyed that just because I like the characters, and what I would love to see is a Telltale style game that lasts multiple episodes over a season that has, yes, shoot 'em up sequences in space, but that also has character-based decisions, much like the branching paths in your classic Star Fox games, but with like choices based on, you know, character rather than which planet you're going to, or maybe both. And I want to see more like story. I want story from Star Fox. That's what they're missing.
I just want to be able to get out of the ship and do missions like as your character and be able to get in and out of your ship freely. Yeah.
Like if a No Man's Sky stuff, No Man's Star Fox.
Yeah, like No Man's Sky or like Jet Force Gemini, but with like more flying in it, or like.
Sure. That's the thing. That's the tough thing, I think, for them developing it. It's like, you know what you need to do to make Star Fox the massive hit it should be? The same thing you did to every other franchise when it was flailing.
Breath of the Wild.
But you know what the problem is? There's a guarantee that doing that with Breath of the Wild will work. There's no guarantee it will work with Star Fox. And I think what's funny, though, is it happens all the time. It also happened with Mario, and it also happened with Fire Emblem, of all things.
Mario Odyssey was great, though.
No, I mean, before that, like, 3D World didn't perform the way they wanted it to perform, and they felt like maybe, okay, let's really, really, really shake it all the way up and do this totally different thing in the way that Breath of the Wild did after Skyward Sword. And it worked in both of those games' cases. And then Fire Emblem Awakening is the other example where the franchise, after like, you know, I think they made a couple remakes on DS, and they had like, you know, Radiant Dawn, didn't perform. They just couldn't crack it. And so Awakening, they were told, this is your last game. Straight up, they were like, this is it. So make it a good one. And they're like, okay, well then I guess we better throw in every idea we've ever had. And then all of a sudden, guess what? Smash hit. And now every game has to kind of follow that formula, but just because in the end of the day, it's not just art, it's a business. So like, it's tough. For all we know, they got told in the last one, this is your last Star Fox, and it didn't work, and maybe it was. Knowing that those kind of ultimatums happen, I doubt it though, because
there was a quote from a developer.
The difference here. Go ahead.
A developer of Star Fox recently like came out and said that he wanted to do a Star Fox game, but with like no gimmicks, just like go back to the classic formula or something.
Nobody wants that. Sorry, dude.
Well, I mean, I
hate to be the person to say that.
I think he was talking about the chicken though. The chicken shit.
No, I get that. I'm just saying it's not the gimmicks that are the problem. It actually is the core gameplay that's the problem. People do not like to play on-rail space shooters. Like, I'm sorry, they don't. Not for full price, they don't. If you charge $5 for a brand new like on-rail space shooter, sure, you'll sell a bunch. But full price for one? No, dude. People expect everything now. I
think there's something to playing with the idea of Fox being able to jump out of the cockpit mid dogfight and board another enemy ship, and then jump off of that ship back onto his starfighter. You know, like
it's awesome. It's so ambitious for a franchise that they have not seen money back on.
You can do that in Halo. You can do that in Halo, is what I'm referencing. It's like take a page out of Halo, or in Halo games, there are these massive ships.
That's a massive AAA franchise. Star Fox can't put up numbers against Halo. That's the problem here. Isn't creative.
I think you're wrong. I think they could.
They're not going to put money into it. They won't.
I think they could. I'm
not saying
got tons.
I'm not
of money.
saying
They
they. I'm not saying they can't. I'm saying they won't.
Yeah, but
risk,
they could.
Risk averse. I don't see it happening. I think people ask this kind of question to me all the time about like, oh, if you could adapt a game franchise, what would it be? But believe it or not, Star Fox is the top of the list. I'm like, shouldn't be a game, should be a show. I'm like, it's a better show than it is a game because the character dynamics are so strong. Whereas in video games, like, what were we just talking about earlier? Samus has no character, and that's by design. Same with Link, same with Mario. The best video game characters aren't characters. They're you in a cool outfit. But Fox's crew, those are cartoon characters, and they belong in a cartoon.
Well, that's been another episode of Goldwynn Dinner Club. We'll see you tomorrow for more Super Metroid.
Good luck.